Hi guys, I'm Sasha. Thanks for joining me. Today I'm going to show you how to make removable basket inserts for any basket, because I'll give you the measurements of measuring the basket and then making a pattern for your liner. And these are really easy to make, and they're great because you can just pull them out and wash them when they get dirty. Also, they're a great way to dress up baskets from the dollar store, and just a fun little storage solution. So stick around and I'll show you step-by-step instructions. Measurement 1 is going to be the widest side of the basket from the top left across the bottom up to the top right. Number 2 is just going to be right across the bottom on that same side. Okay. For number 3, we're going to turn the basket and measure from the top across the bottom and up to the side. And then number 4 is just right across the bottom again on this side. I've cut my corners out of my fabric, and then the next step is to take these corners and put them right side together and stitch this way. Okay, so I'll stitch that, take these corners, stitch those, and all the way around, all 4 corners. I ran a straight stitch here and a zigzag to finish the edge there, and I'll go ahead and trim that. But I wanted to show you, if this happens to you where you have a difference because of mismeasurement or whatever, and one side is much longer than the other, make sure that you line up the corners. Don't try to line up the edges, that doesn't matter. I can just trim that off. But what does matter is that the corner lines up correctly. So after you finish your edges, then you're going to want to press this seam open. And after you press those seams open, go ahead and put it in your basket and make sure that everything fits the way it should. And then you need to decide where you want your drawstring to go. If you want your drawstring to go on the narrow side or on the wide side. I'm going to put mine on the narrow side. So I have to cut an opening for that, and I'm going to cut right up until about here on my basket. Here's the top, so maybe about an inch away, just in the center of that. And just before I get to my stopping point, I'm going to do a little V. Okay, and that will be our opening for our drawstring. So now what I'm going to do is press this. I'm going to press the edge around the whole way about a ½ an inch in, and then also my opening for my drawstring, I need to press this in. Okay, so there's the side, and then where I made my little triangle, then I press that up and that to the side also, and I'll show you that after I do that. I've pressed about a ½ inch from the bottom all the way around, and then I pressed in my area that I cut out for my drawstring. So this is what it looks like on the right side of the fabric. And that is what it looks like on the wrong side. You can see that's the little triangle flipped up and pressed. Now I'm going to run a stitch right around here before I press this up. Okay? So here is the quick little straight stitch I put around that opening for our drawstring, and then I pressed it in on itself, wrong side to wrong side, about right where that little thing ends right there. Okay, that's where I pressed it. So just bring this bottom part up so that can be even and press that. And I'm going to run a stitch around here. And then our liner will be complete and we'll work on our drawstring. Now the drawstring is a perfect use for the 4 corners that we cut out of our fabric. So what I did is I cut mine into about 2-inch strips. All right, and then I will put them right side to right side and stitch them together. Maybe 3 or 4 strips for one basket. After I stitched those together, I made sure to trim that edge quite a bit, because when I am trying to pull the drawstring through after I sew it, it could get stuck on those edges. So you want to trim those nice and short, and then press in right sides to right side like so, and run a stitch right along the edge here. Once we've put that stitch in there, we want to trim that edge up nice and close so it doesn't get in the way. And then I'm going to put my safety pin on the end. Just slide it into, poke it into one of the sides, and then insert the safety pin down into the hole, and it should pull the rest with it. And this is how we right side out our drawstring. When you get this right side out, your drawstring, then you want to press it nice and neat so that it looks nice as opposed to that. And then you tuck in the edges inside themselves and put a stitch right there. And after my drawstring's finished, I like to tie a little knot in it. And I'll just put a safety pin in here and feed it through. All right, I fed it through, and now I'm going to put it in my basket. I'll tie a little bow. There. Well, I hope you enjoyed that. I certainly did. Let me know in the comments section what you think and what kind of stuff you guys want to see, all right? I'll see you next time.